Greetings, my fellow Ammonites. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld False God, episode 85, Hot to Trot. Also, before I forget, let's kick off the Koyak. Robots do not attend. And let's go right. Well, aggressively panned away, so as to not have to listen to that MIDI music. You have a perker, no one will know you're a robot. I'll know, and that's what counts. The Festival of Koyak made our Sphinx jiggle. He's dancing now. Or she, I don't know. And it was unforgettable because of the, jiggling Sphinx. Zleb, you're not allowed in there. You're already off to a bad start. I caught you before you went in. You have a death wish? What is going on with you? The answer to that question is yes. Zleb has a death wish. Alright, so it does look like you want to send others to a potential outpost. So then the question is going to be, what kind of outpost we're going to make? Because I don't even know. I don't even know what we're going to do here. So let me figure that out. That's going to be my next poll question. What could we do? We could do mining, farming, hunting, scavenge. Well, scavenging might be a little weird because we're going to pick up stuff that isn't tribal. Logging. So mining, hunting, farming, logging. Got it. What sort of outpost do we make? So specifically, Zleb's skills, a tiny bit of animals and plants, mostly art. So not conducive to anything in particular. And almost no mining skill. But others will join him, so that's fine. I don't ultimately really care about what kind of outpost it is, just that you all decide. Lady Shell's been cooking up new clothing, so I have to get that all dyed up. Oh, that's a smelter. So who is left to dye clothes? I think that... Oh, Kilgore. And the Marcos might require a weapon of sorts. Because the short blade there is not going to cut it. Well, it will cut it, but I'd rather bash it. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Kilgore. Reset. Only color the hat. You don't need to use... No, you don't need to use 9. No, not 12. Oh, stop it. No, you don't need to use 3. Whatever. Use 3, I don't care. Alright, so we do have Starflight basics, and I'm going to continue getting long-range mineral scanner for Starflight sensors. Alright, it's colored. You're fine. No, stop. Whatever. I'm just going to let him do it, because he just demands to use the dye. Hey, Grow! Here you are, buddy. Safe and sound, alive and breathing. My best artist would be Maxu. And it looks like you guys want a logging camp. Who should join Zleb in the logging camp? I'm going to include Plex, because Plex is a pacifist that does planting, and Mr. Johns. We could also do... I guess the better question is how many should join Zleb in the logging camp? 1, 2, or 3. I'll have up to 4 people total. Just give you a minute to vote on that, because we still have yet to accept the contract prison. I still have 4 days on that, but definitely want to get that going too. Godfather's out in 13 days. And Maxu is starting on the art project. Our colony is running out of poop. Just figured I'd point that out unproductively. All right, looks like 2 are joining. So I'll type up some potential joiners who should join. Mr. Johns, who has a plant skill of 16. The other issue is we don't want to lose so many planters in our home tile that we can't farm for ourselves. So there is that. I'm going to include Kilgore, because he's of another ideology, so he'll be happier if he's not here. Marcos. And yeah, I guess that's who I'll include. So of these 4, which 2? The top 2 choices will get sent to the outpost, to the tree gulag. And we have a new group of guests. Oh, look at this one. Industrious, optimistic and kind. I will try to recruit you because we really need a doctor. But I doubt you'll join. Unless I force it. Which then causes diplomatic problems. 7 friends. Yeah, again, you're not getting 7 friends. Not gonna happen. That's a big party for no food. All right, 1 more minute to vote on this. So far, it's Marcos and Kilgore, but there's still time to vote. The only way to have enough friends is for everyone to entertain. Well, the issue with that is the social skill that I have in my colony isn't particularly high for entertainment. So we are far more likely to just piss them off. So 1, 2, 3, 4 people have a high enough skill to functionally entertain. So anyone, essentially, like, anyone that requires more than 4 friends is never going to join. Because what ends up happening if you try to entertain them without the social skills, you just offend them. And sometimes it kicks off social fights. So it's a net negative, and I'd rather not do that at all. Okay, Kilgore and Mr. Johns is going. Got it. Let's kick this off. I'm going to do the... I'm going to go to this little oasis here. Because it's nicer for logging. It's a forest instead of a shrubland. And that was... Kilgore. Mr. Jones... and Zaleb. I'll send them with some food. I'll be on their way. I have no idea where Zaleb's bed was anyway. I didn't even assign it. I guess he treated himself like one of the miners, which is a joke because his mining skill sucks. Bonzo! Attacking immediately, unusually clever. You know, Caravan, hang on a minute. Cancel that. We've got 18 from the east, 12 from the north, 18 from the west. The other thing I'd like to try to do is to hit a Manhunter Pulse on some of these animals, because it's a way to get the animals hunted and for the raiders to get smushed. Only Amun-Ra has Manhunter Pulse. Copy that. So, I'll force the raid party to fight at least 6 zebra. I wish I could get to the elephants and rhinos in time, but there's no way to get that in time. This map is just too full of the caldera. So the valid path in is through all of these deadfall traps on the west half. And I will have Maxu and Marcos and Guerrero waiting for them. Enjoy! Alright, Firefly, stand here so that you can drop a Berserk Pulse, and then Macho, do the same. Not for the Berserk Pulse, but for some other sidecast. Also, Amun-Ra, open up the east side of the Deadfall Traps. This door is still closed, and I can open this door if I want to change the course to which they travel. Well, the barcode horses are doing a pretty good job. At least slowing that down. Alright, force this door open. And... do you have a gun? You have a gun. Why do you have a gun? Who gave these tribals guns? What is going on with the weapons that these guys have? They're a little absurd. Oops. Sorry, elephant. But you're stuck between a macho and a hard place. That was great. Yeah, but seriously, for real, who keeps giving these idiots guns? They're tribal. Like, RimWorld is breaking. I don't know what's going on. It's very strange. So first group is fleeing. This is the group that fought the zebra. So they're pretty wounded. Where is last group? I think they're all piled up onto one another now. Hard to differentiate. Alright, Firefly, I do want you to hit another berserk. What I did to that guy was brutal. Broke line of sight like that. Just ripperonis. Oops, I didn't leave that open. That's okay. Oh, man. Oh, boy. I've been enjoying wall raise. Hey, no, Yo Brara, or whatever her name is. Smash. Sucks to be you, dude. Alright, I'm going to change the sides that are open. Because the east side has all traps ready, west side doesn't. And then Macho, if you would be so kind as to put this wall back together. Okay, that's another group fleeing. This guy's obviously a nimble. It's the only type of people that would... Oh, there you go. You got all the way here, and then you have to go all the way back. I'd actually kind of like him. Masochist, nimble, kind. Yeah, if I could capture him, I wouldn't be upset by that. The issue is, most of the time, I kind of murder them before they get collapsed. But an attempt will be made to collapse him, and not to get him dead. I still have yet to accept the contract prison. I'll be doing that, don't worry. I just wanted to get all set, and this raid delayed it. So let's see. How to down you without killing you. Well, there goes your arm. Yeah, I think you're just gonna die. Sorry. Oh, yeah, you're dead. What I need is like a Jade Club or something. Jade Clubs are extremely good at bashing people down, but not killing them. So let's take a look at the people who are downed. Maybe they're recruitable? No. No dumb labor. Fast Walker Night Owl, not terrible. But missing an eye and a toe, you're kind of a lot of work. You don't have any permanent injuries, but you're a steadfast cannibal, so that's a no. Squid. Yeah, that's unfortunate. You're good at 20 meters, but you get a little closer and you're like, oh god, Fran Drescher is talking again. So that's a no as well. Alright. Well, I guess we don't have any recruit potential. And the zebras are all dead, I'm assuming. So, raid resolved. Everybody can go home. I should close the... No, this is fine. Keep the west closed, keep east open. There's more traps armed east. Long-range scanner's done. I'm going to research Starflight basics, but here is the poll for what's next to be researched. And then in the morning, I'm going to send the caravan of... Here, I'm going to drag them down here so I remember. It was Marcos. No, it wasn't Marcos. It was Mr. Johns, Kilgore, and Zleb. And they're going to form a logging camp. Oh, you got punched once and you're in the hospital? You poor baby. For the guests, yeah, I'm not even going to bother trying to make friendships. It's kind of no point. Do they have weapons so they can defend if they get attacked? Kilgore has a great bow, and Zleb I will give like a heavy club. Or here, I'll give him a Thrumbo Horn. Because no one ever buys the Thrumbo Horn, so I might as well use it as a weapon. Mr. Johns is a pacifist, so his weapon is to crawl up in a ball and cry. A very powerful weapon. Oddly enough, curling up in a ball and crying works for Zenitsu of Demon Slayer, so maybe Mr. Johns is a secret lightning Demon Slayer that I just don't know about because he hasn't cried hard enough. Maybe that's possible. So, the contract prison, you wanted the Plasteel and the Luciferium. And I definitely want to rearm this trap before the contract prison is accepted, which is going to be in 3 days. So, I need to do a lot of high priority hauling in order to get that in order. Zleb, Kilgore, Johns, a little bit of food, and go. Hey, Shiveru. Thanks for 7 months. It feels actually, in this case, longer. It feels like you've been in the community, like, at least a year now. Especially given all your, you're always submitting ideas for scenarios and contributing to the community on Discord. I really appreciate that a lot. I'm constantly trying to remind people to do Discord events. Because today happens to be the final day that you can suggest the scenario for September. If that interests any of you subscribers, do take advantage of that. Hey, Crimson Rust. Cheers. It has been ages since I've sailed the ocean blue with you. Crimson Rust is a pirate buddy of mine, where we would get murdered hardcore on Sea of Thieves together. We were not very good. We tried very hard, and we were very bad at it. I'm okay with this. They're almost at the outpost spot. Godfather has 12 days left, so he's probably not even going to experience any of this contract prison stuff. He won't even be around. Yeah, if you are interested in Discord, here's the command. And the advantage of submitting scenarios is if your scenario is chosen by polling for the miniseries, you become the main character. So, for instance, with Knights of the Seer, Scorpius is a patron of mine. And then that's true of all the series, all the main characters, except for the Escape the Tomb World series, because the proposed concept of Escape the Tomb World was that Yoda and I were trying to escape, so the main character was me instead. But that's just because that was the whole concept of the run. Okay, there's our little logging outpost. I'll just call it logging camp because I'm so original. And it will produce 675 wood in 2 months, or half a year, whatever it is. It would be awesome if the zebras were not left out to rot. So I've got 3 days left on contract prison. Once the traps are reset and the zebras have been hauled and all that stuff, I will kick this off. I just wanted to give it maximum time so that we're ready, because it is a lot of enemies. I think it won't be too much of a problem for us, but I don't want to jump the gun. It would also be nice if the guests would leave, because it's really not going to be safe for guests to be here if there are 80-something raiders coming to try to murder us. It's probably not guest-friendly. Just thinking out loud. Another thing I need to do is my cooks. Stop hauling, because we don't have food to eat. So that is you guys. Start cooking. The animals are allowed in the hospital. I don't think that's true. Oh, it was true, but only like a tiny fraction of it. Cats are allowed anywhere. This whole colony is owned by the cats. It's our venerated critter, so they could go wherever they want. But yeah, the elephants and the panther should not be traipsing in that section of the hospital. Another thing I had set up for Maxu, and Maxu hasn't really been doing it, was to make a bunch of jade art, and that was to adorn the hospital, but that hasn't been done yet. Oh good, we're offending them. Good. And next research, because I know that was up for a while, is going to be hygiene. So I'll research, I don't know, electric pumps, maybe? Now, if I do have some prisoners coming in, it's 2 prisoners, so I'm going to use this and this for prisoners, and not these down here. These will just be for overflow guests. So that the prisoners have access to bathrooms and whatever, they're secured. They're only going to be here for a day and a half, so it's brief. Quite brief. I feel like everything's been hauled now. Oops. There we go. So let's start rebuilding the traps. Once the traps are rebuilt, I accept the quest. Prediction. Will any Ammonites die or be captured during the... Be captured? Yes or no? What do you guys think? Will the contract prison go flawlessly, or will it get foiled? It is, a little reminder, 2 raids of 17 archers, 1 chief, 13 heavy archers, and 21 hunters. It looks like it's all ranged. So it's 82, 85, some number in there, something like that, of ranged units coming to fight us. Yep. The other thing I'm probably going to want to do is Phoenix Armor. Gonna don that Phoenix Armor so I can power up the fire trap. Wouldn't be a bad call to prepare the fire trap, because it's quite the quantity of quarry I need to... something. Can't think of a good word. For I am not V from V for Vendetta. These guys really like that bathhouse, huh? You know, I think it would make sense to put a marble brazier in here. Just to keep it lit at night. And more information about the Bastet Spear. So we have, this is a worshipful village. We now have all the intel, well, not all the intel. We have 4 out of the 5 intel, but you only get 2 intel at once. So we have to pursue the Bastet Spear further for the last piece of intel. Is there a chance that those raids will be breached? You don't really get to know their tactics ahead of time, but given that the quest says that they're all ranged, my guess is no, because breachers tend to have breach axes and not just bows. But that's a guess. Did you just charm him on the bed? He was on the toilet, Rose. Dear Lord, that is a dreadful lack of privacy. I think, again, because it's the steel water tub. Let me get rid of those steel water tubs and replace them with basins, because for whatever reason, steel water tubs aren't... their privacy is not respected. I don't know why. Just is. Nothing needs repair. That's good. And a gift of your... Really? More uranium? All right. That's fine. All right, so now that the guests are leaving, I would say tomorrow morning I will accept the contract prison. Getting rid of the basins. Now, maybe there will be a proper occupancy check. That's probably true over here as well. Yeah. So let's fix that as well. This will also prevent us from having to refill the steel water tubs manually. So there's a bit of an advantage of doing the basins over water tubs. Traps are getting built. That's what I like to see. Amira in his burn everybody armor. And it is fueled up. Good. A little reminder that nobody currently in this colony is allowed to use fire pots or throwables. That's why I have to use the armor. It's part of our ideology that we only do melee and we don't do ranged. Part of the rules, as detailed there. So, Kilgore could, but he's out at the outpost. Because he is not of our ideology. Everybody else in here is. And those are the last two traps. Great. Oh, for the love of... Nobody hauled these guys? I guess there's nowhere to store it, so that's fair. I've been trying to burn through the stockpile of meat here by turning on kibble to be made. But it looks like we really haven't gotten through the kibble pile as quick as I'd like. Are we low on steel again? Not quite low, but it wouldn't be a terrible idea to start coring resources again. We dropped maybe like 2,000 steel recently. The bandit camp for the Persona Core is not that far away as well. So once the contract prison is done, we could hit up the bandit camp as well. A wild man named Kamla. Undergrounder jogger. So he likes to pace in caves. The cave child Kamla. Kamla combo. Who believes in vicious greed. Oh, good. So you run around in caves killing people and torturing their dead bodies. Nice. You're probably a lot of fun at parties. So I'm going to get electric pumps, and that leads to sort of advanced cleaning and hygiene stuff, because that was voted on by all of you. I don't think I'm going to want to get central heating or geothermal heating. Sewage treatment is actually something I definitely don't want, because we turn sewage into fertilizer, so that works against us. And then irrigation wouldn't be allowed out in the farm fields, because that's modern irrigation, not ancient irrigation. That's like water sprinklers. So the only thing we really need here is, and I also don't want multi-split air conditioning either. So just the electric pumps and maybe power showers and things like that. So the triage hospital is going to be opened back up because, yeah, this fight might require it. Making sure the latrines aren't plumbed, and they're not. Good. And there's a Persona Core offer from the Ermi Union, and call them on my comms console. Oh, RimWorld, you are not designed to be a tribal game. Alright. I do get 8 heavy archers in the meantime. So... let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And they'll help defend. Or I guess one of them's not an archer. And they land in here, which is a little weird. So I'm going to allow them to grab stuff in the lab. There's no real avoiding this. And then I'll put them on the proper zoning. They're also not Ammonites, so what they do doesn't really bother me. So you guys, stay out of there from now on. Also, Purple, why don't you ever sleep? Why do you have such a weird schedule compared to the others? They can throw fire pots, though, yeah. I don't think I have fire pots. But I could make them real quick. Maybe? That's Molotovs. Fire pots, what are just like a crafting spot? Probably, right? Firebomb. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just a bunch of chem fuel. Okay. Well, Lady Shell, let's get that made. And then what we want to do here is to open up the fire path and close the trap path. So out here, I will put a firebomb stockpile. And then, Amon-Ra, that... Oh. Your cape is for sale? Is someone wearing it? Where'd it go? It should be forbidden, like, where the armor went, but I can't find it, so I think it was hauled off. I mean, Lady Shell can always make you a new one. But I don't see anyone wearing it. Maybe the guest spot? No, the guest left. I don't know where his clothing went. He had his clothing stolen. Is it in a stockpile somewhere? Oh yeah, there it is. So the north fire trap hallway is all set. Amon-Ra's just going to quickly switch armor and then move those firebombs out so that Ooga Looga and his friends can can use them. So these guests here... Oh, what the heck kind of... What is this nonsense? I don't know, man. Hospitality mod just like made up its own food policy. One of the firebombs just got carried away, and it's probably going to the weapon stockpile. I'm guessing an animal took it. Although I don't see an animal with it. Oh, no, they're still here. Okay, purple. The ones that are not very good at shooting, which seems to be like all of them, will go for the firebombs. So, let's see. Barbie. Gabre. And Olga will get ones as well. That way the best shooters still have them. And 4 firebombs are going to be easily enough to light the fire traps on fire sufficiently to stop raiders quickly. So we have 4 bombers now. It might be wise, given the quantity of enemies coming in, that we require everyone to stay inside, as well as animals. Just because I don't want anyone getting caught up outside. Yeah, looks like there's no space for those zebras anyway. So we'll leave them all inside. The caravan delivery spot. The outpost... Oh, it's still here. Okay. That's good. Defend against the contract prison quest and suggest goals. So the viewer point suggestion is open. I have 2 suggestions already. I'm looking for maybe 6 more. So if you have ideas to take on, just hit me up. So that's a somewhat impressive prison cell, thanks to Maxu's art. Definitely interested in getting some more art up in there. And here comes raid number 1, I think. Let me double check. Yes. Robotron Confederacy. And they are breachers. Ah, good. Well, there's only 31 of them because breach raids tend to spawn smaller. But let's get everyone into position. I don't know where they're going to be breaching from. They're going east. Maybe they're breaching here. Hopefully Maxu can intercept with Berserks. I'm leaving the firebombers inside because I don't really have need for the firebombs. Okay, there is a few that broke free, and I think what I'm gonna do is create a new zone here and put my elephants in it, and those breachers that broke containment are gonna have a fun time getting stomped to death by elephants. Boom! That's a good berserk. Alright, Seabass, that looks like a nasty hit. It was. Your lungs are almost collapsed. Back up out of there. Where is Firefly? Ah, there you are. Mike, that looks like a nasty hit as well. Kamala somehow got inside. I don't know. This raid should be leaving pretty soon, as the vast majority of yep, there it is. They're fleeing. They did break it, but only just. And I'm gonna let everyone flee, as Macho will be released to Forbidden to repair that wall. There is no wounded, there's only the dead and the walking. Yeah, I know what I said. Animals, back to the pasture. Well, there's somewhat good news about the Breachers deciding that this is the weak point, meaning that they aren't going to go through the river, which is kind of nice. Because going through the river would have been really, really annoying. Hey, buddy. Getting everyone else tended. And that was raid 1 of 2. I do hope that the next raid is not another breach raid, but if it is, apparently we can handle it pretty well. And Firefly's the only one that needs tending, and that's just bruises. It's not all that serious. Yeah, Randy has been sending just like an abnormal amount of breachers. I'm not really sure why. Game-wise. And here it is. Okay, good. They are not breachers. They are regulars. So I'm going to get my fire throwers set up. They're attacking immediately, so we need to move quick. But the wall, the critical wall did get repaired in time. So no problem. No problem there. So Purple, you stand here. Olga, Gabre, and Barb, whatever your name is. Oops. Threw a little short there. Nope, come back. Okay, it's superheated air. Let's get the heck out of here. My Bastic guards will stand guard, but something tells me I'm probably not going to need physical guards. Burn, baby, burn. All right, my fire pot throwers will stand here. Making sure that they're not finding an alternative path into the base, which seems to be the case. They're just forced through my lovely heated maze. A beautiful 880 Fahrenheit. Enjoy! I know I'm enjoying. You 3, 4, whatever number. Let's drop the fire pots so I can use them for later. Because I made them out of a lot of chem fuel, so I'd like to keep them. It's now 1,000 degrees, so melting lead. If you came in with lead weapons, it would melt in your hands. And first group collapsed. They didn't even make it out. They might break the doors. We'll see. But even if they broke those doors, they'd have to break a lot more than just those doors in order to open the breach back up. All right, and then these guys, I will give them weapons back. Maybe not good ones, because I'm not generous. They're making me fight for their prisoners. But yeah, they get some weapons back. Nope, they dropped before they broke the door. This, friends, is how you build a fire trap. Yoda's looking on eagerly. He smells the meat. It's human meat, dude. You're not a cannibal. Well, actually, you are a bit of a cannibal. I like how the game's like, hey, you have a fire set. It's like, you don't say. And then the real kicker is, once you have enough fire, they set on fire so much that they come running out, meaning that they essentially make no progress into the maze. Because they catch fire and they run out to put themselves out. Now, it is raining, so there's a little bit of a defender advantage here, but yeah, I don't have to lift a finger. This raid has killed themselves. I think they were called... No, this wasn't unusually clever. It would have been funny if they were, though. Alright, because this raid is just about done, submit your goals for next goal, because I'm about to pull on that. Do you have a katana? That looks like a katana. And they're done. Alright, and then to put this fire out, all I really have to do is break this wall here, which will then vent everything, and then we can put it out and reset it. Water filtration is done, and I will get one more hygiene tech, which is hygiene bionics. So, what should we research? I'll put this up for 2.5 minutes. After these 2.5 minutes are up, I'm going to poll on the viewer-submitted ideas, so if you have ideas, please submit them now. I suppose I can check some of these guys. No, you're dying. Too fast. None of the ones I've clicked on so far I normally want to recruit. Plus, they're just dying too quickly. Oh, these were hospital beds. Oops. Okay. So now we ought to be fighting that fire. It's only a little bit of wood flooring. It's not that big of a deal. There is a toxic spear for pay. Skill trainer plants, architect leg, and a lot of gold. Well, alright. There might be another pull here in just a sec. Now to reset this maze, I'm going to force these doors open just so it's a little bit easier to reset it and haul the corpses out. One of the wonderful things about this is it also just melts the corpses. It burns them away and removes the weapons that we don't necessarily want. Pig survived. Nah, I don't need a pig. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld False God, which originally streamed live on Twitch, August 28th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you in the next episode or an upcoming stream. Adios, my fellow Ammonites.